Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into personal change using some really practical ideas from the material we looked at. Boom, on income this step. The idea is to pull out steps you can, actually use right away without feeling totally overwhelmed.
Exactly. And I think what really stands out from this source is that lasting change isn't usually these huge overnight transformations. It's more about the buildup of small, consistent actions and shifts in mindset too.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. That idea of starting really small,
Yeah.
that definitely caught my eye. Like the example of reading just 2 or 3 pages a day.
Right. And what's powerful there is how it helps you sidestep that feeling of being overwhelmed, which, let's face it, stops a lot of us before we even start.
Totally.
It makes it easy to begin, and maybe more importantly, it lets momentum build up almost,
Yeah.
well, without you noticing it at first. Kind of like that whole atomic habits idea.
Yeah, no more crash and burn resolutions.
hmm
And talking about mindset shifts, the source really emphasizes the decision itself, that moment you decide.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
The material says something like, the moment you decide to change your life has already begun to change, which sounds dramatic,
Mhm.
but there's truth there.
Mm.
It highlights the power of just setting that intention. Once you make that firm decision, your brain kind of starts looking for ways to make it happen.
Okay.
And tied into that is the positive self-talk bit.
Mhm.
Actively telling yourself, I can do this.
Yeah.
It sounds simple, maybe a bit cheesy, but it can genuinely shift your belief over time.
Like planting a seed. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so what about the past? It often trips people up. This material suggests learning from failures, but not letting them stop you. That try again idea.
Yeah, and framing it that way is important. Each attempt, even if it didn't work out, isn't a failure. It's data, information for the next try.
Makes sense.
And to help those next tries succeed, the source talks about changing your environment strategically.
Ah, like the example of avoiding the snack aisle if you're trying to eat healthier.
Exactly that. It's about making your surroundings support your goal, so you're not constantly fighting temptation or relying purely on willpower, which we know is finite.
Right, reducing decision fatigue.
Precisely. You save that mental energy. And another point the material makes is that effective self-improvement. Well, it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive.
You mean like reading, taking notes, basic stuff?
Basic stuff, accessible to pretty much everyone. The real power isn't in some fancy tool. It's in the consistency, doing those simple things regularly.
It's the steady drip that fills the bucket kind of thing.
You got it. And staying consistent is way easier when you're clear on your why. Why are you actually doing this? Understanding your reasons is key.
Okay, so knowing your motivation.
Yes. And interestingly, the source brings up this idea that aiming for something beyond just yourself, like setting goals to benefit others, can actually give you a stronger push.
Huh, that's an interesting angle, tapping into a bigger purpose.
Could be. It
Mhm.
seems to amplify commitment for some people.
Yeah.
Then there's visualization too, picturing your success clearly. That helps keep you motivated.
Right, seeing the end goal. And that ties into self-awareness, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Knowing your strengths, your weaknesses.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Because then you can focus your efforts. You're not just randomly trying things. You're targeting areas where you can genuinely improve or leverage what you're already good at.
Makes sense. More focused effort.
And finally, the source touches on actively cultivating positivity, like taking a moment each day to notice something good or making gratitude just saying, more I have it, more I
Yeah,
have it.
it shifts your perspective, right?
Yeah.
Actively looking for the positive changes how you feel overall.
Yeah, it really can. So I guess boiling it all down from this deep dive into
Yeah.
lasting personal change seems to be this mix of really small, consistent steps,
Mm-hmm.
positive mindset shifts, and being smart about your environment and your own thoughts.
So for everyone listening, maybe the question is, which one of these techniques resonates most with you right now?
Yeah, and thinking about that, what's maybe one tiny concrete thing you could do today, like right now,
Yeah.
to nudge yourself in that direction? Just one small step.